a facilitator for today's training. And I think the last time I had this training, I had it for 2 days, 3 hours for each session. So I'm going to try to cram a 6 hours resources into the time that we have today. That's about 2 hours. And so we will be moving a little bit fast. But if you have any question, feel free to post your question in the chat box so that at the end of the day, we'll leave some time to treat those questions. I would have said maybe you should stop me and ask the question, but I've realized that most times the things that you want to ask about, I have plans to talk about it. So I would not want us to be going back and forth that way. So that will help us to manage our time better. Right, a little bit about me. Student here, grad student here in UW-Madison. But beyond being a student, I have been into digital marketing for some years. But more recently, I decided to delve into AI and see what is going on. And I found a lot of fascinating things that I'm happy to, share. And that is why we are here today. Currently, I have a business back home, and I'm going to put up the website so I can just share a little bit about that. It's important for what we are going to learn today. So I have a business back home that helps businesses to
أسمع حاضرا. أنا قاعد أتفرج معنا.
I have a business back home that helps people and entrepreneurs, business owners look into how they can adopt AI for productivity, for increased or improved productivity, and digital marketing for businesses. And we also offer training like this for any group of individuals who are interested and excited about AI. And so I'm going to go into my slide in order not to waste much of our time. And I'm going to start today by just sharing some exciting stuff that I was also excited about to be able to do with AI. This is one of them. I'm going to play this video. It's just a very short video. Your reactions are welcome. You can post in the comments. You can unmute and talk when it's time.
Oh, shepherd, guide me every day through every path. Show me the way. Your rod and staff, they keep me strong. With you beside me, I belong.
So this is something that one of the things that I made with AI, and of course I'm sure that as you're watching it, you may be able to tell that it was made with AI. But what I want to point out from here is that a number of us who have used AI for one thing or the other, are familiar with ChatGPT, and most people use ChatGPT a lot, but they really may not be aware that there is more to just asking ChatGPT questions and using it for Google search. So this is the music that you are hearing here was made with AI, and the video was also made with AI. And I would not be, spending so much time, on this because I'm not sure that is relevant to many of us. And that takes me to, this point where I want to ask us to put in the chat box, everybody, what best describe your work or your job right now, where you might want to, because I would like to know. I see on the form that we feel that many of us filled others, but I would like to know specifically if you're a student, mention student. If you are a business owner, just put it in the chat box. If you are a professional, I would like to know what you do if you are able to mention. So please put in the chat box. Let me know who we are. Yeah, professional. What are the kind of things you do as a professional? Okay, business analyst, okay, researcher, okay, commercial real estate developer, okay, that's great. Yeah, this is going to be helpful so I can know how to tailor some of the things that I want to be talking about. Do we have students? Okay, scheduler, okay. Creative arts, okay. All right. I will try as much as possible to touch on. Okay, so the next thing I want to ask is our level of exposure to AI. I see in the form that we feel that we have a number of people that are beginner and some people are intermediate. So I'm not going to necessarily ask a question about that. I just want to mention that we have, diverse level of exposure. Some are beginner, and some are intermediate. I want you to bear with us. Those of you who are intermediate, bear with us a lot, because you can be surprised that some people, from my last training that I had with a group of Africans here in US, I realized that some people don't even know how to access ChatGPT, how to even open the app. So we have that level of beginners. So I'm not saying they are here today, but if we have beginners, we have beginners. So intermediate people, please don't be in a hurry. I'm going to touch on a lot of things that will be very useful for everybody, but just bear with us if beginners are, a bit slow to catch up. All right, I'm going to start by, let me put it on large screen. I'm going to start by demystifying, what AI, the rave about AI. It's important it might be important to talk about things like this because these are the basics. We have to know where we are coming from to know where we are going. So artificial intelligence has to do with a lot of things that are associated with, the computer machines, that we can make smart, teach machine computers to learn, reason, and solve problems like human beings. And AI has been here for a long time. It is not a new thing. If you have used Siri before on your iPhone, or if you have used Amazon, is it Echo Dot or what they call it? All of those are product of AI. They are AI, on artificial intelligence. They can talk, even though in the past the voices sound like synthetic, right? So what we saw in the past 3-4 years is just breakthrough, a very groundbreaking breakthrough that exploded the whole thing. So AI has been here for a long time. So you have been interacting with AI. If you have ever, if you are using the phone, you have interacted with AI. Some people have been using smart homes for a while. That's AI. So machine learning is how AI learns. how AI is trained to be able to do what it does. So today, right now, if you are many of us may be aware that there are jobs right now for those who train AI. They call them AI tutors. I have a friend that works with XAI. She was telling me some time ago when Labubu. How many of us know Labubu? Have you heard about Labubu? Put it in chat box. Just say yes if you have heard about it. When Labubu came up, and it was everywhere. I don't know till now. I think it's still everywhere. The XAI AI tutors, they were tasked with they were given the task of training their AI, the XAI, the Grok, to understand, to learn about Labubu, so that if anybody goes into ChatGPT right now or Grok AI to generate image of Labubu, the AI will understand what they're talking about. So there are people that still they still train AI every time. Even in fact, when you use ChatGPT, when you use Gemini, the data that you put in there, that's why they say don't put sensitive information there, because in most cases, they are still using those data, those information to train the AI to get smarter. And so generative AI is, the AI are the AI tools now that can, create new things from their training, from the data that they have been trained with. They can learn to generate novel images, code. That is why now, if you've never seen a dog with wings. We don't have such dogs. But because AI has been trained to understand what it means to be dog, to also understand what wings mean. If you go to ChatGPT right now or some image generating tools, you can generate a dog that has wings. And so those new things involve music. You can generate new music, new code. You can generate codes, like for programmers. You can generate images and text. So you can do new things, because AI has been trained to be able to generate, and that's why they call them generative AI. And now I want to show you these two studies that were conducted. This first one was conducted. It's a survey conducted by Stanford University and World Bank in December 2024. How human complete task and with AI, how they were able to complete it faster. So if you look at on this side, you see when those tasks were completed with generative AI and when they are completed without generative AI, you see the difference. 25 minutes to writing task took a human to complete in 80 minutes without generative AI. When they use AI, they're able to complete it 25 minutes. So I'm showing you this so that you can begin to, if you have not, to begin to think about how AI, the application of AI, because one of the challenges I've seen in the past few months that I've been studying about AI is the fact that because of how new some of the AI tools are, and because of the explosion, because of the speed at which it is growing, humans are trying to catch up with the growth of AI. And because of that, how to apply it has been a little bit slow. I mean, application of those tools is not commonplace. You can know that a tool exists, but if you don't know how to apply it, it's a problem. I mean, it's of no use. So because of that, I want us to begin to think about these application areas. Technology design, a design that took 142 minutes to do, can be completed in 39 minutes with generative AI. And as we are going to see today also, people that never knew how to code are now building web applications, mobile apps. And if you have ever thought about an application that you need to do certain things, you can build it right now without going to learn Python. So on this other side, you see another research that was conducted. This was published in Forbes. And it was published in 2025 here, just July 2025. As you can see here, the result is it was conducted among for SMB owners, small, medium business owners, how their adoption of AI and what AI has done for them, how it has impacted their businesses. So you can see infrequent users, people that really were not using AI that much, they are able to save 9 hours per week, and they're able to save up to 3,900 per month. And 61% of them feel that AI helps them to compete with larger brands. And I'm going to, in a moment, talk a little bit about this competition. Because if you know the difference between larger brands, corporations, and small businesses is very wide. The difference is very wide. The gap, the resources that larger brands have access to in terms of they're able to get, for example, consultants, pay a huge sum of money for consultants to come and consult for them on certain things. With AI, a small business owner can have the same kind of experience with consulting with AI if you know how to use AI very well. Daily users of AI in this study are able to save 15 hours per week and $5,000 per month. And 89% of them believe AI helps them compete with larger brands. So you can see these benefits are not something that you can underrate, because of course, if you can save $5,000 per month with your business, that's a plus. At the end of the year, that is a huge sum of money. So, and if you want, I can probably share the link to the study. Okay, I can't copy it right now. I can, let me do that. If you want to, sorry. I want to escape this. Okay. So I can post the link in case some of us want to check it out. I put it in the chat for your perusal. All right. Right. So the most important thing when learning about how to use AI is to see AI as a co-pilot. A co-pilot, like you see it as your assistant in the office, or as an intern that is very smart, that you can direct and tell them to do something and they will do it very well. So that is how AI, that's a perspective to view AI, and I think that's a very good perspective. But you can imagine that if you have a smart intern in your office and you want to have them do certain things, the clarity of your instruction and the comprehensiveness of your instruction will determine the results that you are going to expect from them. And that is why prompting is a very big deal in using AI. Does anybody know what prompting means? Put it in the chat box, and let's all learn together. What does prompting mean? Or what is a prompt? Anybody?
Is it like an instruction?
Yeah, an instruction that you give to AI, like a command. Yes, thank you. So how you, in fact, there are new jobs coming up right now with the evolution of AI, and one of them is prompt engineers. There are people that have mastered the art of writing good prompts, that they are being paid heavily right now, that, without having any university degree or PhD certificate, but they are getting good pay to be able to write prompt for those AI tools. And I think I should make a little distinction here. So there are different types of, or different functionalities that describe what how we define those AI tools. So there are some that are foundational, and those are the LLMs. They call them LLMs, large language modules. Those LLMs are like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Copilot by Microsoft. So we have Grok by xAI. So we have a number of them. Don't worry, we are going to exemplify with some of them, but I just want to explain this. Those LLMs are the only tools that most people know as AI. But with those tools, there are secondary tools that are being made that we can call them AI-powered apps, AI-powered applications. So, for example, let me escape my slide and show you a tool to understand, so that you can understand what I'm talking about here. I want to share Chrome. Now, if you look at this, my business website that I showed you the other time, look at this corner here. There's a chat box here. It says, "Hello, I'm Seth, Bold Ideas AI agent. How can I assist you today with your projects or questions about our services?" So this is an AI-powered tool. What we use to make this tool, of course, we all know chatbots. When you go to people's website, businesses' website, you see chatbots there, and then you can ask them. If you click on "Send us message," what you would see in those in those chatbots is a set of programmed questions, pre-programmed questions, that once you click on each of them, there are programmed answers that will come, responses. But this tool is not programmed that way because of AI. Right now, it was powered with ChatGPT. ChatGPT is, like I said, is a foundational AI tool that upon which so many AI tools are being built right now. So, like we built this, now if you chat this guy now, this Seth guy, is going to be able to tell you things about bold ideas that are not pre-programmed, tailored responses to your questions. So that is an example of AI-powered tools. But if you also go, if you check online, there are several of them. This is another one. This is called NotebookLM by Google. Some of us here who are students may know this. I have talked about this a lot in the past couple of months because it's a very fantastic tool. And I'm going to start this hands-on training with NotebookLM. I'm going to go back to my slide, but let me quickly show you things that NotebookLM can do. So it's an AI tool as well, but it's not a foundational. It is built, and I believe it is built on some of the LLMs. Because this belongs to Google, I believe Google would use their own LLM, which is Gemini. So Gemini must have powered this tool. And what this tool can do is that if you want it can help students to study. It can also help business owners. It can help people that are managing projects. Anything, you can use it for several things. So if you are familiar with NotebookLM, from among those of us who are intermediate, or you have heard about it before, can you indicate whether a thumbs up or something, or in the chat say yes if you have know about NotebookLM? I want to be sure that we actually need to go through this. Is there anyone that has? Okay, maybe no one here has used NotebookLM before. So I would have to, take a little bit time to talk about this. Now, if you want to use NotebookLM, you go to Google, your URL. If you're on your laptop, you can do this with me. Go to your open a new what's it called here now? Open a new page.
Tab.
Or
A new tab.
Yes. Open a new tab and type in NotebookLM. One hack that, because you don't need to cram, the URL, the domain name of every AI tool you want to use. Once you go to Google and you type in NotebookLM like this, you can hit enter, and then it's going to bring you search results. And then you can just click. I don't like to click sponsored link, because it can take you to a landing page that they want it to take you. But if you go to the actual URL, it is going to take you where you need to go to. So this is it. It says get the app. I don't use the app. I just go to the web page directly like this. So, and then you can click on try NotebookLM. And if you have a Gmail account, it is going to open directly with your signed in Gmail. If anybody has any trouble, does anybody have any trouble with getting to this page? If you do, please indicate, so I can wait a little bit for you. Okay, good. Everybody's with me. So click on create notebook. And here I want you to pay attention, because I want to explain a few things. So this notebook can allow you to upload sources, up to 50 sources, 50. And sources can be in form of Google Docs or Google Slides. It can be in form of URL link. Just copy a link, a web page link or something. It can be a YouTube link. It can be just text that you copy and paste. If you want to do any of that, you just click it. If you click on copy text, you're going to be able to paste your text here. Now, you can also upload PDF or audio files. So once you click on upload, you'll be able to select the PDF file you want to upload here. If you don't have any material yet that you want to study, but you want this AI, to help you search the internet and find sources for you, this is going to be interesting for some of us who are researchers. If you click on discover sources, all you need to do is type or describe what you want to learn about. And then it is going to go online and find the source for you. So I'm going to use one of the notebooks I already have created from here on, so that it can be fast. This is one of my classes. This is for one of my classes. And these are the sources that I uploaded. Now, if you need more sources and you think that you want the AI to search the internet for you, instead of you as a researcher to go to different scholarly journals and search for papers, or use Google instead of using Google. You know the amount of time that is going to take you. If you click on Discover here, and I want to Global South students navigating race and identity in the US. I want to click that. I want to copy that and paste it here, just to guide the AI in the search. And then if you click submit, before you blink your eyes twice, this AI is going to find your sources. And you can see it found us 10 sources. Now, what you can do is go through the sources one by one. This says race negative acculturation and the Black international student. This must be a research study, like a scholarly paper. Now, if you want to be sure, you want to know what it is exactly, you can click on this icon here, and it will open on another tab, show you the paper. You can see it's a published paper that was published in International Research and Review Journal of Phi Beta. You can see. So that is one. If you are not sure, if you checked the paper and you don't like it, you can uncheck it. Uncheck it. You can uncheck everything. If it's only one that is useful for you that you like, you leave it checked. I want to check just a few of them. Some are PDFs, some are not PDF, but they are web pages of, okay, this is also a PDF. So you can check all of them like that and determine whether you want to import or not. So I want to import 4 more sources. Import. Now, if you check here, you see 10 sources here. The number of sources has increased to 10. And what you see here is a short summary of what all the sources is all about. Now, a couple of things you see here. You see mind map, audio overview, add notes. If you want to type your own notes, you can add it here. Now, if you want to create mind map, you click mind map and it's going to generate it. I already generated the mind map, and we can generate another one. Just click mind map. It's going to generate mind map. But there's a mind map here already. So let's see what the mind map look like. Now, if you look at this, this is the central theme of all the sources. African graduate students experiences US higher education. Now you can use this for business research. If it's a business research you want to do, type whatever business you want to research and put it there. It's going to search for resources for you, and then you will use it. So if you are preparing for exam, or you are just studying for your research, you can use this very conveniently. Now this is central theme, and you can see the sub-themes here. If you click on any of them, you are going to see what's going to happen. Let me see, unique positionality and challenges. Click on it. What do you see here? It created a prompt out of what you clicked. It says, discuss what these sources say about unique positionality and challenges in the larger context of African graduate students' experience in US higher education. That's what the prompt looks like. Because you have to provide the right context. You can see the context here. If you just ask, what do these sources say about unique positionality and challenges, without adding the context, you are likely not to get the right response. So, and one other thing that you need to know about this tool, this Notebook LM, is that it doesn't, once you have a list of sources here, it doesn't go to the internet to reply, give response to whatever prompt you give to it. It doesn't hallucinate. It goes straight to all the sources you have here and pull out response. And if you notice something here, you can see some digits here. 1, you can see 2. If you click on this dot dot, you see other sources there. So this is what we would call references. So you have 10 sources. and it's telling you that this information was pulled out from this particular source. Somebody is drawing on our somebody's annotating. Maybe Henry, can you help clean up this?
Let me work on it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you hover on this digit, these numbers, you will see where exactly the information was pulled out from among all the sources you have listed here. And then if you can even click on it, it's going to open it up here, and then you can read word for word what the source is saying exactly. Then that is that about how to use the mind map, but there is more. Let me zoom out. Now, if you notice, each of these nodes can extend. You see more. Extend this, you see more. Extend this, you see more. Types of microaggression also has another node here, and you can see the types of microaggressions. So you can see this is fantastic, right? I want you to start thinking about how you can apply this tool in your own area of interest. Now, beyond the mind map, this is the one it just created for the 10 sources we have. Originally, there were 8 sources, and with the 2 more that we added, 10 sources, and it created another mind map. You can see international students in the United States. Then you have support services for international student experiences with race and discrimination, research context and methodology. You click on it, it extends, it expands. You click further, it expands. You see? And you can download it. You can download the mind map. But once you download, it's not going to be interactive anymore. Right. So that is number 1. Number 2 important tool here is what is called the audio overview. The audio overview is going to be like, if you click on that, you can see it opens up. You can do a deep dive. A deep dive is a lively conversation between 2 hosts, unpacking and connecting topics in your sources. All of the sources together, you go through them one by one, and then the 2 people will be talking just like in a normal podcast. And then you can determine the length, whether you want it shorter, longer, or default length. You can do a brief, bite-sized overview. You can do a critique. You can have an expert review. When I was discussing this with one of my friends, when I was showing him this tool, he said, wow, if he had heard, if he had known this source, this tool when he was doing his PhD, it would have been very useful for him, because he would have loved to have a critique of his dissertation before his committee will be asking him questions, so that the questions he would have, had some thoughts about those questions before they ask him. So you can have a debate. 2 hosts, they are going to debate on 2 perspectives of your sources. So you determine what you want here. And here you can specify what you want the AI hosts to focus on in their podcast chat. And then you click on generate. Now I have some already generated, so I'm going to play for you to hear.
Okay, here's something to think about. What if you moved to a completely new country and maybe for the very first time you suddenly became Black?
Mhm.
Or, realized that your own specific ethnicity or nationality, things that really defined you back home, were just sort of erased, replaced by one single, often rigid racial label.
That's a powerful and often yet disorienting experience.
Exactly. And it's not hypothetical for a lot of international students of color. It's what they face when they arrive in places like South.
So this is how they are going to be talking. They'll be, bouncing ideas off each other and talking like that. And then if you are a student who likes to listen to materials, you can use this to, first do an overview of what you want to, the sources you want to read. And then, by that, where to focus in the study. And one mind-blowing thing that is always, every time when I talk about it, I myself, I am mind-blown, is this interactive mode. If you click on interactive mode, it is going to open this way. And when you play it, you will be able to join the conversation. Let's see how it works.
Okay, here's something to think about. What if you move to a completely new country and maybe for the very first time you suddenly became Black?
I'm going to wait
Or,
till
realize
we
that
get
your
to
own
a particular
specific
point where
ethnicity,
I
your
can
nationality, things that really
join
defined you back
and
home
ask a
were
question.
just sort of erased, replaced by one single, often rigid racial label.
That's a powerful and often, disorienting experience.
Exactly. And it's not hypothetical for a lot of international students of color. It's what they face when they arrive in places like, say, the United States or Canada. So today we're doing a deep dive into this complex world. We're looking specifically at students from African nations and how they navigate race, identity, discrimination within North American higher education.
So
Our
I'm going to
mission
join
here is
now
really
and
to
ask
unpack
one silly question.
what it means. Whoa, did someone just break the fourth wall? Let's hear it.
Yeah, so I want to know, is this episode, is it going to cover beyond African students?
That's a great question, and we appreciate you asking.
Yeah, thanks for chiming in.
Our primary focus today, based on the research we're drawing from, is specifically on students from African nations.
That's where the studies we're looking at really drill down.
However, while the specific examples and experiences are rooted in the African international student experience, many of the concepts we'll discuss,
Like sudden blackness, or the feeling of being othered.
exactly those broader themes of racialization.
Oh yeah, go on.
Okay, you guys have not mentioned your names. Who are you?
That's a great point. My apologies. We got so excited to jump into the topic.
You're absolutely right. Thanks for keeping us honest.
I'm Dr. Anya Sharma, and I'm thrilled to be your expert guide today.
And I'm Mark Johnson, your co-host, always ready to unpack interesting topics with you.
It's wonderful to have you with us, our special listener.
We appreciate you tuning in and keeping us on our toes.
And we're so glad you asked, because building that connection is what this is all about.
Exactly. So, Dr. Sharma, back to those broader themes we were talking about.
Now, you can see how they answer my question and then go back to what they are talking about. So this is just mind-blowing. It's just fantastic. I don't know. Does anybody feel the same way?
Moses, this is very impressive. Very impressive. I mean, you even asking a question that you think is silly, they actually made sense out of it and wanted to respond to it.
Yeah. Thank you. And is anybody thinking about how this can be useful for their own work or job or whatever? I would like one or two reactions. Has anybody found anything useful in this notebook LM?
I would say, first, thank you, Moses, for this. I have never even heard of this tool, and I wish this tool was there when I was back in school. Now, with this tool, I might even go back to getting my PhD as well.
Okay.
So thank you.
Good. That's good to know. Thank you. Somebody else was going to say something. Yeah, we can move on. There's more to learn here. Look at this place. If you come here, there is what is called briefing document. That's I believe personally that this is for corporate professionals who are working on a project and they want to brief their team. And you just put all the sources that you can gather on that project based on what you have worked on, what is left to be worked on, gather all of them, put them in the source panel, and then create a briefing document. It is going to create that briefing document for you, and you can just read it out to your people. There's also study guide. If you click study guide, it's going to create a study guide for you to be able to study the sources. If you click on frequently asked questions, it's going to create questions and answer out of your sources. And I have some already here that I am going to look at the frequently asked questions. Let's see what it looks like. You can see the question here, and then it answers the question in few paragraphs. Another question, number 2, answers questions, answer, and then on and on like that. So if you have sources that you have not even explored at all, you want to familiarize yourself with what is contained in the sources, you can use this. There's another one called study guide. The study guide I mentioned the other time, I created a study guide from 6 sources. This is what it says. This study guide is designed to review your understanding of the provided source materials concerning the experiences of Black, and then it gives you the question, the quiz. It says answer them in 2 to 3 sentences, and then it gives you the answer key here, and then gives you essay questions. By the time you write this essay, the answer to these essay questions, you have written a paper, a term paper that you can probably submit for review somewhere, right? So that is that, about that. Now, this timeline is, again, for those who are working on a project, you want to check the timeline of your developing the project or the product, or working on the project, and you can generate a timeline here. Is not relevant for what we are doing now. The last tool in this notebook LM is video overview. I generated one before, so I'm just going to play it so you can see what the video overview look like.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever really truly thought about your own race? Like where that identity actually comes from? For most of us, it just feels fundamental, a part of who we are. But what if it isn't? What if you could cross a border and suddenly become a new race? It sounds wild, but that's the strange reality we're diving into today.
This quote from the incredible Nigerian author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures this bizarre, disorienting experience that's at the heart of our explainer. It's this idea of discovering an identity that was, in a way, just waiting for you in a new country.
It sounds like a total paradox, doesn't it? I mean, how can you not know something that feels so basic?
So this generates an explainer, a video explainer on all the sources with slide that goes along with it. Does anybody have any question based on this tool? Because I want to move away from it. Yeah, I think we have covered everything.
Moses, do you want people to unmute to talk or just put in the chat?
Yeah, please. You can unmute and talk. As long as it's about this tool, you can unmute and talk, and you can also put it in the chat if you want. Before I move on from here.
Moses, quick question.
Okay.
Does this platform create a video as well based on like the prompts you've been asking it back and forth of a podcast episode at all, or?
No, the video is something you just generate and you can download it. You can create YouTube videos on this. You can have a YouTube channel and do explainer on different topics like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
you. You're welcome. All right, let's go back to the slide and finish up with what we are talking about concerning prompts, because before you'll be able to enjoy maximally those AI tools, you need to be able to prompt them efficiently and effectively. So the rule of thumb for prompting is that you have to provide a role. Who the AI should act as, and that also speaks to what I was saying about small business owners consulting with AI like ChatGPT. If you have ChatGPT, for example, and you ask it to act as a business coach, if you say act as an experienced business coach with expertise in helping people grow their business to $1 million. And then you now ask it to coach you on how to expand your business to make, to become, to generate, $1 million within a year. It is going to give you what you're asking for. Unlike you asking, it's just asking the question, how can I, grow my business to be able to generate? Let's even practicalize this and see the difference in action. Let's come here and open ChatGPT. I have it opened here. I'm going to open new chat. So let's say I sell, does anybody, any business, small business, suggest any small business context that we can use here?
Moses, so we have a lot of African home care businesses, a lot here. So
Okay.
you can use that one.
You can say I have adult home care business in Madison, Wisconsin. I want you to guide me on how to grow my, okay, let me mention my current revenue with about $200,000 yearly revenue. I want you to guide me on how to grow my business. So $1 million yearly revenue. Now, see what's going to happen here. It's going to respond and give certain things. Strengthen your foundation, expand service lines, build client base, scale operations, finance leverage. Now, you know that this may be helpful, but it is too generic. So if you, number one, if you now ask it to act, let me copy exact same prompt, paste it, and I say act as a professional business coach with over 20 years of experience helping SMBs grow. Then let's see what's going to happen by just adding that line to it. Can you see the first, even from the first line of response, there is a difference. Can you see? The first thing here, it says strengthen your foundation. Now, here it says clarify your vision and market position. Can you see the difference? Why? Because it is now acting as an experienced business coach. So that is one thing about prompting that you need to know. And this affects everything you want to ask it to do. Everything that you ask it to do, you must make sure that you have a good prompt. Then there is context. Context is background information. Context now is everything. People start, among experts, they have started talking about moving away from prompt engineering to context engineering, because the context is always a constant thing that you must get right. In some cases, you may not need to ask AI to act as something. You may not even need to provide a role. But if you don't provide good context, you will get some, answers, response that are not relevant. Then you have to specify the task, define the task you want it to do. Like in the prompt we use, for example, we said it should provide guide on how to grow the business. That's a task. The last one is format. Format is you want to specify what the output should look like. If you want it to be concise, or you want it to be targeted at young teenagers starting their businesses. So you have to specify how you want the format to look like. So when you try to use ChatGPT and you get something irrelevant and you feel like ChatGPT is not smart, that is not the case. The reason is you have not learned how to talk to it. So if you apply this principle, you get a better result every time. Does anybody have a question about prompting? You can unmute, or you can put a question in the chat box about prompting.
Yeah, I have a question about prompting. So I have a bit experience using some of these tools, and I think mostly when people are trying to use the AI, they are just satisfied with their first prompt. But I think with most of the experience and what I've heard people say is try to change your questions as time goes on. Like you having a conversation with the AI, just try to see how it thinks. So maybe the same question you can just go like around like 2 or 3 times just to see the answers that comes through. But I just wanted to find out if that really helps. And does it try to challenge the AI to think more like you, or like should we go ahead with just being satisfied with the first prompts that it comes with the answers?
Thank you for bringing that up. That is what they call iteration. When you give a prompt to the AI, and it depends on the kind of task that you want done. If you are, for example, you're writing an email, or you are writing a report, or you are doing certain things that there is a specific kind of answer you are looking for. When you give the first prompt, it is always okay to iterate the prompt. Keep adding to it. For example, let's see how we can iterate the prompt that we gave here. So I'm back to the ChatGPT example, and then we said, so let's see, it says growth roadmap from 200K to 1 million in adult home care. Vision, so it says clarify your vision. If you already have a vision, for example, it means that you were supposed to have added your vision and mission to the prompt in the first place, so that ChatGPT will know that you had a vision. If there was a point that ChatGPT mentioned here that you see that is not relevant to you because there is a certain piece of information you are supposed to have given ChatGPT that you did not give it, it is always okay to come back here and tell it, I already have a vision and this is my vision. Or let's see something that we can tweak here. Service expansion, current model, likely 20 to 25 hour caregiving. Can you see now? If this is not relevant to you, you tell it, no, this is not my own. I already have this. You see, to hit 1 million, you would need to 4 to 5 times your client volume. or increase average spend. Now, I did not give it my client volume, the number of clients that I have. So here now I can now add it to I iterate the prompt by adding here that I have so number of clients. And this is how much I am collecting. Here, it's saying that you're likely doing $20 to $25 per hour in caregiving. If that is not true, you correct it. So that is iterating the prompt till you get satisfying response. I don't know. Does that address your question, Henry?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So iteration is very good. If you want, I'm going to put in the chat box a book on prompting. It's a very, I designed it to accompany the whatever training, when I give training like this, because prompting is a big topic. Is for prompting alone, you can have 3 sessions of 2 hours. And so because it is difficult for us to talk about everything, that's what they call negative prompting, for example. When you are when you are, writing your prompt, you want to specify what you don't want to see in the response. For example, you can tell AI, don't hallucinate, don't make anything up, especially if you are doing fact-based task and you ask it to do certain things. You can add negative prompt that I don't want you to hallucinate, don't make anything up. If you don't have answer, say, I don't know it. That is negative prompt. If you are creating an image, you can add negative prompts that I don't want to see any distortion. I don't want to see any warped images or, whatever. So that is negative prompting. So there are a lot of different things, related to prompting that we may not be able to mention here. That is why I, made this book. I put the link in the chat box. You can check it out and see if you are interested in it and purchase it. So I'm going to move on because of our time. This is already 1 hour gone, and we have not even done anything. I hope that we'll not have to stay longer than 2 hours here. But okay, so that is, but basically, this is the business foundation of getting it right with prompting. Role, context, task, format of response. Next here is practical applications. We're going to do some practical things here. If you subscribe to Gemini Pro, Gemini is owned by Google, and you use your Gmail to draft emails. When you receive an email, you will see in a corner of your screen where Gemini symbol is. You can click on it and prompt it to help you respond to that email. It is not going to send the email on your behalf, but it's going to draft it. Of course, you agree with me. I don't know. Some of us who are corporate professionals or who send a lot of emails, you know that the amount of time you even spend crafting the email, because there is a way you want to sound. There is some details you want to make sure you include. You can start with asking the AI to write the email. If you give sufficient amount of context, for the Gemini in your Gmail, it is easy because it can read the context. Gemini can read the context because it's already in your email. But if you don't do that, you can copy that email, give it to ChatGPT and say, I want to reply to this email, and this is what I want to say. Write it in a concise way with formal tone or more friendly tone. And then it's going to generate it, and then you'll be able to see it and tweak it. It's easier and faster to work with something than to start with nothing. So that is exactly how I think using AI to write email can benefit professionals and busy people. If you're a very busy person, I know people have personal assistant that draft emails for them. So why not use AI for that? Idea generation. Now, this is very dear to me because ideas rule the world. If you have ideas that are unique, you are going to make money. And so if an idea is, raging in your head about certain project that you want to do, you can go to AI. I'm going to share with you something in Gemini that I found very useful for brainstorming ideas. So let me open Gemini here. Gemini, don't do gemini.com. It's a wrong, it's gemini.google.com. So when you come to Gemini, if you come to this angle here, there are things they call gems. Just as in ChatGPT, you have what they call GPTs. If you click on GPT, we see a lot of GPTs here. It was created by people like you and me who know how to do, effective prompting. So if you are on Plus, ChatGPT Plus, like if you subscribe, I'm on free, but I don't know. ChatGPT is okay, it's not allowing me. So it says you have to get Plus to be able to create your own GPT. So you can create your own GPT here and train it to do specific tasks, just like all of this. This one is right for me, supercharged writing assistant. This one is enhanced research. This one is, there are several other ones. A personality experiment. This one is for image. So you can explore all of them. There are some here that will design certain things for you, lifestyle, architecture, AI. So you train the AI to be able to do specific tasks based on what ChatGPT can do, capacity of ChatGPT. And then you can do the same with Gemini. That's what they call gems. So if you click on gems here, there are pre-made gems. There is storybook. This one can write storybook. I can try and look for the storybook I created for my children with this one. It's very interesting. I can't even, there's no time for that. So there is Brainstormer. Brainstormer is where I'm going. So if you have an idea, you want to brainstorm with ChatGPT, with AI, just say, I have an idea, a business idea. And then you begin, fantastic, I'd love to help you brainstorm some ideas for your new business. And you begin to brainstorm here. It is going to take you from zero ground level to a place where you are ready to start a business. And this is something that you pay for, to consult with people that help you fine-tune your idea and, set up the business. So there's a gem here that I trained. Let me see. I believe for Gemini, you are able to create gems even if you are on free tier. So where's the gem? Okay, this is the one I created. I created a market analyzer. If you click on it, it's going to analyze your business idea and help you put things in perspective and get things ready. I can let me see if I can share it with you so you can go and try it with whatever. I cannot share. Okay, let me see, edit. No, I cannot share this gem. That's a pity. I wanted to share with you so you can go and try it. It should make it possible because you can share GPT. You cannot share gems. Okay. So that is that. To make this gem, let me show you what I did. How to make it, you can make your own. Train it to be able to do certain things for you. Train it to be your personal assistant, a research assistant, if you want. So this is the instruction here. I don't know if I can expand this. I cannot. So this instruction, you can see it is this is the prompt. You can see the role. That's the first thing. Then after the role, you see the context. Then the constraints. That is negative prompt now. And then the goals. That's the task. What's the task? You want this AI to spill out. Then the instructions, certain specific instructions on what you want it to be able to do. So you can see instructions goes on and on. So you can see this, the output format. Output format, you know, we mentioned it the other time, how you want the output to look like. So you can see you must provide the executive summary and go on and on like this. So I would have loved you to try this out, but okay, I can actually give you this prompt. That's what I can do. Let me copy this prompt. And I will put it in a new Google Doc so that you can share with you so that you can try to create your own gem. You can use to create a GPT as well. By the way, I did not create this prompt. I want to share. I did not create this prompt. There are places where you can find prompts like that. If I have time, okay, so I'm going to share this link with you and you guys, you'll be able to view it, but you can make a copy if you want. So that is the prompt there. I have to speed up. We don't have time. So please bear with me. So you can do writing assistance. I think we have talked about that already. You can, if you have your way around writing a good prompt, you can use AI to write a whole book. And what is important about books, if you go to Amazon today, you'll find books that were generated with AI. You can write fiction, novel, a whole novel. You can write it with ChatGPT if you know your way around crafting good prompts. So that is why I spent a lot of time talking about prompting. So writing assistance, you want to generate any report, all that is important is enough sufficient context. If you need to upload documents that are important for generating the report, upload them. And I am going to show you something very fantastic soon. So there is automating repetitive tasks with AI. So today, beyond using ChatGPT, beyond doing all those things, people now can automate repetitive tasks. Just like what we see here, when I was showing you from my business website the other time, just like this guy here, if you have a business and you receive a lot of calls on people just inquiring about your business, asking you, do you do this kind of delivery? Do you have this kind of order? Do you have this kind of product? How much do you sell this? How much do you do that? If you receive so much calls like that, you can implement this kind of chat bot, or you can implement an AI receptionist. I'm going to share that and show you what a receptionist look like. AI receptionist can pick your calls, can pick your customer calls, clarify their answer their questions, clarify whatever they need to clarify, and book appointment on your behalf if you want while you are sleeping. The good thing about this kind of AI tool is that while you are sleeping, your business is running, especially if you do business across time zones. You may be busy, you may be in the office, you may be doing something else, your AI is answering chats. It is also answering calls. And there are also some automations, some other automations you can do. But let me jump a little bit ahead and show you what I'm talking about in terms of phone calls. Let's listen to this a little bit. I don't know if we're able to.
Service.
Hello.
Hey, is this Audrey?
Who's speaking?
Hi, Audrey. This is Chris from SimpleTalk.ai. You recently opted into one of our ads. If you give me a few seconds, I can explain how I can help handle all your sales and customer service calls, saving you time and money. Sound good?
Oh, is this one of the bots that is advertised from the product?
Yes, that's right. I'm an AI calling you to introduce you to how SimpleTalk can streamline your customer interactions. We design our AI to engage in natural conversations, helping businesses like yours save time and enhance customer service.
Does it integrate with Go High Level, the CRM?
SimpleTalk is compatible with over 6,000 applications.
So that is an example of an AI call agent that can receive call and make outbound calls. That is something that is in vogue right now for businesses. Small, medium, large scale businesses are using this. So if the time today will not permit us to go into how to build them, but if you want to learn about how to build them, you can reach out to me. We're going to show you some platforms where you can learn about how to build them. And so, yeah. So let's talk more about some other automations that people can do. There are the simple principle of automation is having a trigger and an action. So a trigger, between the trigger and the action, you can have a lot of things in between. So say, for example, you want to automate, you have an NGO and you want to automate research on grants and proposal writing. You can automate that. So you can have your trigger to be perpetual, like always searching a particular URL for new grants every 15 minutes. You can program it that way so that the workflow is going to be triggered every 15 minutes. And then the AI tool will search that in that URL. Maybe there's a portal where they post a lot of grants. You can scan the portal for grants that are related to your own business, to your own NGO. And then you have the AI, after searching and finding, if you find 1 or 2 grants, you should log it in a spreadsheet. That is, if this, then that. Now, after logging it in the spreadsheet, you still want the AI to process that grant into outline of a proposal, a grant proposal, based on the context that you already provide to the AI of your own NGO and the requirements of the grant the grant proposal. So you ask the AI to fine-tune all of that, make connections, the right connections, and figure out how to write and generate an outline of the proposal. And you know that if you already, one of the challenges of NGOs looking for grant is that they have to spend time to research the grants, apart from the ones you already know that are every year. Research the grant. After researching the grant, look at the requirements, and then figure out how to write the proposal. And then, they spend a lot of time doing that. So if you already have a workflow that automates researching the grant, logging it into spreadsheet so you can see it, a human being can see it, and then reading through, analyzing the requirements, and mapping the requirements to your own NGOs and what you do and what you can do, and then generating an outline of your proposal for you. You agree with me that that simplifies the task for you. So that is an example of workflow automation. People also, automate their emails. Once I receive a new email in my inbox, that is a trigger. And then I want you to analyze the email and process it. If it's a request from a new customer, process it and log it somewhere for me to see, or send me a notification on my phone that I have a new order, something like that. So you can automate a lot of different things. And I'm going to show you some of the platforms. This one is called Zapier, where you can go and you can check things out, see automation templates that are already there, and you can try some of them out. There is what they call, this one is called IFT. I think it has been for a long time. It's just a simple automation tool platform that is called If This, Then That. That is what IFT is all about. Then there's make.com, where you can do drag and drop and automate certain things. And there is Anytime. This one is more technical. Let's check IFT out. Let's check what IFT look like. If this, then that. Okay, that is ift.com. That is what IFT look like. You can see it's very cheap. $299. Build monthly, build. Start your free trial. I'm not starting now. I just want to explore. Now look at some simple automations that are here. Update your Android wallpaper with NASA's image of the day. So the trigger here will be once NASA publish an image of the day, that's the trigger. If this, then that. You automate it such that once this image of the day is published, your Android device will be updated with that image as a wallpaper. That is, you can quickly create an event in Google Calendar with certain things. Look at what happens here. That if the trigger fires every time you submit a new note. So if you write and submit a new note, say create an event for so date. You mention the event, you drop that note in this note, and then the automation will create the event on your Google Calendar. So you can see that kind of simple automation. So you can go through this list and see those templates that are available there, but you can also create your own if you want. So they call all of these, they call them applets. So we also have Zapier, Zapier.com. Zapier.com. Zapier is a little bit more expensive than IFT, because it does more. It does more than just simple automation. So you can check it out. Let me see, explore. Let's explore what is here. These are the apps. I want to explore template if I can. I think I need to log in. I'm not ready to log in. So these are different apps that you can connect together on Zapier to be able to do certain things. You can connect ChatGPT and connect your own Gmail, connect your Google Sheets. You can connect CRM for those business owners. You know what CRM mean? You can connect Salesforce. You can connect Shopify if you have one. You can connect all of these QuickBooks, Typeform, Calendly, WhatsApp. You can connect WhatsApp so that, chat is happening on your WhatsApp while you are not available. Your
Moses, there's
So
a
the
question.
question. Okay.
Yeah, so it said from Patron. He says about Notebook, can it be used without limits, or do you need a subscription to unlock its full potential?
So for free, if you are using it for free, you can upload up to 50 sources. You can generate up to 100, you can create up to 100 notebooks. And those tools that we explored, all of them are available for free. The limitation there is they may limit you the number of audio overview that you can create per day. I think you can create about 4 or 5 per day. And once the day is over, it renews. You can generate another more. So the limitation will be as regards the number of times you can generate audio overview and video overview. Other tools there are without limits, and then you can only create only 100 notebooks. But if you subscribe with $19, I think you can have access to most of Google's app like Gemini. You have access to Gemini Pro. You have access to more use of Notebook LM. You can use many of their other products with that within that $19 or $20. So
yeah. Thank you, Moses.
yeah. All right, so that is Zapier. We have about 20 something more minutes. Let's try to see how much we can cover. N8N is also there. You can do a lot of automations. So what I'm trying to show us today is about it's so that we can be aware that there is more to AI than some of the tools that we're already familiar with. And after this, you can whichever of these tools that we are exploring that catches your interest, you can decide to explore further. And if you need recommendations on how to explore further, you can reach out to me. I'm going to share my contact details after the session. All right. There is also what we call the agentic AI. Agentic AI take initiative.
Hello, Dorian.
Will you share the presentation? Yeah, I don't mind. I'm going to share. So, agentic AI, I want to enlarge this so that you can see it well. So the difference between agentic AI and chatbot, and workflow automation, like we have mentioned, we talked about, chatbots, you give a command here, chatbot here is talking about those LLMs that you chat with, have conversation with, like ChatGPT. You give a command, it gives you a response. There's a one-time conversation, or if you want, you can continue, conversing with it. But agentic AI, you give it a goal. You said, this is the goal. I want you to find me a cheap flight from US to Ontario, Canada, from Chicago, US to Ontario, Canada. Find me the cheapest flight, or I want you to find me a hotel within this range of budget that is close to so area in Madison or in Chicago for so date to so date, and book the hotel. The AI agent can go ahead, find the hotel, and confirm with you whether you are okay with this hotel, and then go ahead and book the hotel on your behalf. That is agentic AI. So there's a lot of rave right now on agentic AI and how businesses can create their own AI agent that will do certain things that human beings are supposed to do. And so this is where people talk about job loss. In the nearest future, you are going to have departments in certain companies. You're going to have department for humans and department for AI agents. And currently, I saw on a website. I saw a website where you can study and get certified as what they call AI ops professional. The same way you have people that directors of operation, something like that. Director of operation for humans, that direct operations and all of that. They are training people right now to learn to know how to direct the operations of AI agents. So if you are looking to, change career, you can explore things like this because that's the future. In some time to come, we'll not have only humans being part of the workforce. We are going to have AI agents as part of the workforce of companies. So AI ops professionals are people that can identify the kind of AI agents that are needed in the company, and they're able to manage those AI agents. So that is what AI agents look like. An example here is find a good time for a 30-minute meeting with John next week and book it. So AI agents can go into your calendar or your Calendly app, or somebody else's app, Calendly, something, and book for them. So examples I put here are operator.powerbase.com. There's GenSpark AI. There's Manus AI. I think it's this GenSpark AI I was trying to explore some time ago that is asking me that's telling me that it can make calls for me. It can make calls on my behalf and book appointment and all of that. Let's see. GenSpark.ai. So call it GenSpark's AI super agents. These are the things that it can do. It can do slides. If you give it a goal, research, you can ask it to research certain things and create slide for you. So just to, okay, I'm coming to that. You can do sheets. One prompt, you ought to find companies, people, papers, and anything. Transform your existing data into powerful insight and visuals. Work with your data freely. Auto search, analyze, or visualize. You can do AI docs. You can do docs. You can build apps for you. You can design flyers, posters, anything. One prompt, create professional videos, edit instantly. You give it a video, ask it to edit it. AI chat, free chat with top AI model. Nano Banana is an image generator or something. AI video, okay. This is not. Okay, there is Suno. Let me see. I think it was Suno AI. Suno. Okay, that's not it. Is it soon? Let me see. Hey, this one, schooner.so. Let me see what it can do. Okay, so this is WhatsApp automation assistant. It can help you automate your WhatsApp. One of them was telling me that it could make calls for me. I was going to try it, but it asked me to subscribe, so I just drop it there. So you can do a lot of things with agents like this, and I encourage you to explore them. Just go there, sign up, try them for free, and see what they can do. So one particular one that I want to talk more about is Manus. My Google slide for today, my PowerPoint slide for today, I made it with Manus. I have 2-day PowerPoint that I used for my last AI training, and I have this Manus to combine them into one. And that is what you'll see that we are using today. So these manuals can do research. And I encourage some of our researchers among us to try this out. Just give it a research topic and ask it to research and provide you the sources that you can explore for this research. If you want it to write literature review for you, you can ask it to do the literature review and see what it can come up with. And you can, so that you can have those literature sources and explore them yourself. So that is that about that. I can see somebody posted in the chat. Do you have a PDF list of all the different AI platforms? I don't. And this is one, thank you for asking this question. I'm going to show you a platform where you can search for any AI tool for anything, because there are a lot of them and every day new AI tools are created. So if you go to, there is, I want you to take note of that. There is an AI for that.com. That's the URL. I'm going to post that in the chat. There's an AI for that.com. If you go there, click on it. This is what it looks like. If you want, you can toggle free, 100% free, freemium, or free trial. You can just leave it and type in whatever you want to do. Say research, AI for research. You can click on it and it's going to load and show you tools that you can use for research. Look at my report. It's an AI I never knew about this AI tool. There's keyword search for those that do SEO, franchise.fyi. Find your perfect franchise. So this AI will find your perfect franchise for you. So if you if you see the one you want to use, just click on it. Click on it and you can click use tool. If you click on use tool, it's going to take you to the website of that AI. And you can join for free. You can do whatever it says. Find your perfect franchise in minutes, not months. If you're looking for a franchise to buy as a business person, you can see. So those are that is one way you can keep yourself abreast, and you can sign up for their newsletter. These guys, I signed for their newsletter. So every time they send me a newsletter about things that are, going on, the trend in the AI world and all of that. Does that help? Narik, does that help?
I was trying to type. Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Right. Let me make sure I cover all that is on my slide. Okay, so that is AI agent. They can take actions on your behalf. They can navigate, and you can build agents. Let me mention that as well. You can build your own AI agent on platforms like Na10, even Make.com and Zapier. You can build an agent that does certain things for you. So you can explore those platforms and see what you can do. So here is talking again about what AI can do for small businesses, how small business owners can use AI. If you want to do marketing, your marketing campaign, you can personalize campaigns. You can generate content. You can analyze audience. This is one content I generated using one AI tool called HeyGen. Look at that.
If you've ever said this, you are not alone. We talk to business owners, creators, and even corporate teams every week who believe AI is too technical, too expensive, only useful for tech bros or big companies. Let's be real. The real problem isn't AI itself. It's the way it's often explained, filled with jargon, overwhelming tools, and zero context for real people with real businesses. Here's the truth. You don't need to know how to code to use AI.
Now, as you can see, this was generated by AI. I don't know if there's nobody that is thinking otherwise. But this lady does not exist anywhere. It's an AI avatar that I generated. And then the voicing, if you notice what she's speaking in typical, Nigerian accent. And that was deliberate because we are creating this video for a Nigerian audience. So you can see, you can do all sort of things. And I can show you, I'm going to show you how to generate that kind of audio. Before we finish, if I forget, somebody can please remind me. And then you can also use, for marketing, you can do all sort of things. You can automate your social media posting. That is one thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about automation. You can set it up in such a way that the AI will generate the post, and then it will post it for you. So you use your time to do something else. And then you can do operations, you can do smart accounting, you can do inventory management. You set up automation to manage inventory such that when you have low stock on certain products, you get an alert on your phone that we are low on this. Data, you can make data-driven decisions based on data that the AI is able to generate for you as per your business. Customer service. We've talked about this, 24/7 chatbots. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't go on holiday. It can make mistake anyway, but it can be trained to be optimally effective. And then you can create, agents that make voice calls and receive them. Consulting, business advice. If you have certain problems in your business, you can consult with AI. He doesn't know everything, but it can help a lot. Troubleshooting, process optimization. Beyond all of this, personal hacks, personal use of AI. If you take your phone and open Gemini app, if you open Gemini app, I have Gemini in speed dial on my phone. If I want to quickly find out some information, I can open Gemini. You can see it has a live version, live chat version here, that if I ask question, it can answer me on a very good speed. So when I go to store and I want to buy certain things that I don't have much knowledge about, I can use, Gemini, open my back camera, show Gemini some of the products I come by, ask it to compare these two products, and quickly there I can want to buy. So these, simple things can, save us a lot of hassle. Now, one thing you have to understand is that AI can hallucinate. Hallucination is when it makes things up, things that don't exist. But if you notice these days, you will notice that when you ask Gemini something, it is going to show you searching the web, because apart from the data that was used to train it, it now has capability to search the web, the internet. So even though, of course, on the internet, there are all sorts of things, information that are not real, that are not true, that are also business. But that gives some level of credibility. That gives it some level of, safety in terms of hallucination, so that you can check facts on the internet, and credible sources, somewhat credible sources can be used to get the information that you want. So that is that about that. I want to make, somebody.
Service.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
Hey, is this Audrey?
No.
Who's speaking?
If you've ever said
The power of chatbots. This is a data that was gotten from this source by Manos AI. And the data says that 11 billion estimated annual savings for businesses using chatbot. This is huge, because you lose customers when your customer is trying to reach you and they can't. I know some of us must have experienced it, that you are trying to make decision on where to buy certain things, and you call the first company, they are not responsive. You call the second one, they are not responsive. The third one, they are not responsive. But between first and second thought, the first one to reach back to you, it was able to get your attention, and then you purchase what you want to purchase. And maybe a day or two later, other companies are reaching out to you back. Yeah, we missed your call. We're very sorry, and then we're calling back. But you already made your decision. And so if you have a chatbot on your website that 247 can provide clarity to people on your product and your service, and guide them as to how they can purchase your product, that will save you a lot of losing prospects. And you can save a lot of hours by doing that, because you don't need to now hire somebody to you don't need to hire two people, one doing day shift, another doing night shift, attending to customers' inquiries and all of that. So that's what that translates to. And with the use of AI, we have responsibility to be ethical. As researchers, a time is going to come. I know that in the academic world, there's a lot of conservatism, right? People believe that things have to be done certain way. But for me, I believe that if you can hire a human to be your research assistant, and what the work they do for you, you publish it, I don't see any reason why an AI cannot serve that same purpose of research assistant and do the searching for sources, the synthesizing the sources, the all sorts of things, and leave the core part of the research to you as the researcher. And that saves you time, and it makes your work to be faster as well. So, but I know because of the conservative nature of the academic world, it may take them time, but they are coming back here. A time is going to come that they will now develop a new policy that if you use AI, you have to declare it, right? That AI was used to do this. But that should be our concern right now. If you use AI to make anything that you see that people need to know that this is AI, I mean, I don't think there's any problem with declaring that. That makes it fair. Your transparency, it makes it suitable. All right. You have to also consider data protection. That is why on my business website, I'll show you the other time, the chatbot, when you get there, you see I am set an AI agent. It is an AI that can answer your question. So you'll be aware, and you will not think it's a human, that you can give your sensitive data. So that is very important. And your journey continues from here. You've learned that AI is a co-pilot, not an autopilot. It's here to assist you. It's not there to take over your job from you. And you suspend just leave the work to AI. It can make mistake, and there has to be human oversight. And then the prompt is your power. If you can master the art of prompting right, you are going to be able to get quality results from AI. Start small and win big. Don't be afraid to start small. It's very important. Just if it's ChatGPT, whatever you can do it, and make sure you use it ethically. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing here, and then we attend to some questions from people here.
Yeah, thank you, Moses. Thank you very much. We have almost like 4 minutes to end. Is there any questions on the floor that you guys would like to ask?
So if you don't have any questions ready right now. I mean, if I may ask, was there anything you were expecting us to cover that we did not talk about? Or did this meet your expectation? One or two reactions are welcome.
And also you can put it in the chats and I'll read it out to Moses. Exceeded my expectations from Narik.
Yeah, thank you, Narik. So I'm going to, let me share the PDF, okay, I think you need to send it to,
yeah, I'll send it out after with the, this video was recorded as well. So we had a lot of people who couldn't join us today. So we're going to share them plus the PDF presentation so people, or everyone can have it. Yeah, and from Doreen says fantastic. It exceeded my expectation as well. So yeah, Moses, on this note, I would like to thank you very much for you coming here today. It's been really engaging section, and I think we all can agree that it was an interesting workshop. A big thank you to Moses. This was very wonderful. I really learned a lot myself. I've been exploring a lot with AI, but I think you just blew my mind today on how extent I can go with AI. And I know a lot of people are also thinking the same way. And before I close this session, I just wanted you to know this is part of Africa Center's programming, and we would like to let people know that they can donate and volunteer to most of our community events like this. So it will be very helpful for us to, come together and help volunteer, or if not, you can donate to the center. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Moses. And hopefully maybe we can do an in-person session where there can be good food as well and, see each other's faces. Yeah. Thank
That'd
you
be
all.
great.
Have a good night.
Okay, bye.